Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm about to show you is how you're winning. You've got the attorney generals, the gun controllers, they're on the run. You have them running around like little firemen with buckets of water, putting out your freedom fires, and I'm about to show you what it looks like. They put on a big game to say that they're going to take your gun rights, they're going to do common sense for everybody, and in the end, they're going to take all your guns. Well, there's only one little problem. It's a ruse. Everything that I'm about to show you is going to be linked right down there so you can review it for yourself. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, comment down below, and send this to everyone that you can think of that would benefit from this message, because we are winning. It's very important to show you this. Now, let me get into this, minimize myself a little bit, and look at the content that we're going to look at. Illinois Attorney General recognizes challenges in defending gun control laws. Now, Illinois is a blue bastion. That's where they get any gun control they want because they have a complete monopoly on all power legislatively because of the city of Chicago. The Attorney General is saying, we got problems. Don't believe me, just listen to the Attorney General from Illinois. It reinforces something that we say on this channel all the time. You are more powerful than they want you to think that they are. Or excuse me, you are more powerful than they want you to think that you are. Say that right. You guys are tremendously impactful. They have to lie to you and demoralize you to think that you're not winning. Put on a big solid front for the gun controllers on Twitter or X. Although, when they actually come out in articles, they show you things like this. Guys, look at this. This came out August 17th. I'm going to ignore all the little ads here. The Washington Examiner is pretty rough on it. So, in defending gun control laws in Illinois and other states, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul recognizes the challenge posed by recent U.S. Supreme Court precedent on the right to keep and bear arms. Again, this is all about the Attorney General of Illinois walking down the road of this is a lot harder than we thought it was going to be, because the Supreme Court handed the Bruen decision down. They handed down the Cargill decision. The Heller decision was prior. The Luber Enterprises. Guys, all of these things are stacking win on win on win. I take particular pride in the fact that on this channel, I'm always going to tell you what's happening, but we're also going to pair it with what we're going to do about it. Because if you don't pair your anger, your emotion, your emotional response to this, you're not going to be able to change anything to prevent it from happening again. That's why I always partner with what we're going to do about it every single intro. Because this is what's happening. Check this out. Raoul's office is defending the state's gun ban in federal court. Illinois is not the only place Raoul is defending gun control laws. Wait until you pick up this theme. He's filed Friends of the Court, or amicus brief, in other federal courts supporting gun control laws in Massachusetts, Minnesota, and beyond. What they're talking about is how all the attorneys general from all the different states, the gun controllers, they are running around the nation to provide support on defense. That's what you're seeing. Massachusetts, Minnesota, and New York. We're about to show you what happens in the Second Circuit. Let's keep on going now. Listen to this. This article is powerful. Quote, this is the Attorney General. I spend a lot of time with my colleagues in other states, both Republican and Democrat, and we try to work collectively on issues. Raoul and a coalition of other attorneys general filed an amicus brief Wednesday, that we covered this one, in U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in support of a federal statute that prevents individuals from transferring or receiving firearms outside the state where they reside, except through federally licensed firearm dealers. That's Letitia James' most recent little amicus brief. So even the Illinois AG has to jump on to give more support because the not all of them, the gun controllers are completely under assault with lawsuits that are putting them against the wall. They're having to run around and support everybody because their gun control laws are all unconstitutional. They know it. They just can't say it, so they have to back each other up with all these amicus briefs, all right? I'm going to keep on going. You're going to pick up a theme here. Earlier this month, Raoul joined 18 other attorneys general with a brief for the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit, urging the court to revisit an opinion striking down a Minnesota law prohibiting individuals under the age of 21 from carrying concealed handguns in public. And it's not just in one area, it's in all fronts. They're losing on the age barriers, they're losing on the ability to actually transfer guns in and out because it's free commerce. They're losing in a lot of places. They're having to write amicus briefs so much that eventually gun control is not going to be very profitable for them. That's what we're going to keep doing. We're going to keep on sending them. Let's keep going because it gets better. This part is so beautiful. I'm going to even highlight it. Watch me work. There's always a balancing act that we need to do, and certainly public safety is important to that balance. You know, there's only one problem. Some of you out there are screaming it right now, right here from Washington Examiner. But recent U.S. Supreme Court precedent on the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms in the 2022 Bruen decision says gun laws must comply with that text, history, and tradition of gun rights, not a balancing of interest. Let me highlight the important part there. Not a balancing of interest. What did he just say up here? There's always a balancing act that we need to do, and certainly public safety is important in that balance. They have nothing. They are operating on an old model of interest balancing or public safety, and you don't get your gun rights because that's more important. It's gone. The Bruen decision destroyed it. Listen to what he says here. Again, he's saying the quiet parts out loud. That's the last part I really want to touch on. Obviously, the decisions that come down from the Supreme Court create a common law structure that we must follow in our arguments and in our policy-making role, said. Whenever we pass a law that touches upon the Second Amendment, we have to deal with the construct that the Supreme Court gives us, and so the arguments that we make and the pleadings that we file make arguments within that construct. And that's the important part, right here. I'm going to highlight it for us right here. Within that construct. The reason that that's so important is because you have to find history, text, and tradition of some reason or some ability that the state completely banned firearms, which is why you've got state legislators and state attorneys general and the ATF and federal lawyers, DOJ, are citing slavery. They are citing laws that said Native Americans couldn't get guns, that Protestants couldn't get guns. That's why you're seeing all this. It's right there on your screen. He's even saying we're having trouble doing it. Let me jump up to the top. Let me get rid of that without the construct. This is an important piece. Again, the defending gun control laws in Illinois and other states, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Roll recognized the challenges posed by recent U.S. Supreme Court precedent. This is everything, guys. When we look at the constant attempts to infringe upon our gun rights, constant, it's never ending. But that doesn't mean that we quit, and that doesn't mean that we accept the fact that it will always be an attack on our rights and we have to lose. We are winning. You've got 29 states that are constitutional carry. That didn't exist when Biden was inaugurated. The ATF has gotten its butt handed to us with the Looper Enterprises case and the other rulings that have gone against their ATF rulemaking process. They've got AR-15 bans coming pretty soon to a Supreme Court near you. Guys, we are making progress and winning, but it will not continue unless you continue to pour into this emotionally. The lawsuits, and support it, the lawsuits that are coming forward are making them run around like chickens with their heads cut off from Minnesota to New York to Illinois. You got them on the defensive, but they'll never tell you that. You have to read between the lines, know the system, and understand what they're truly saying. And what that article that I showed you is, oh, this is a bit of a problem, and we're going to try real hard, but it might not work out. That's exactly what I just showed you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if I landed that plane, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. I'm out.